If you want to make money with AI, one of the worst places to start is by asking, what can AI do? Because the answer is almost anything. It can write, research, analyze, summarize, brainstorm, create images, organize information, automate repetitive work. And that enormous list of possibilities is exactly why so many people get stuck. A much better question is, what problems are people already willing to pay to have solved that AI now allows you to solve faster, cheaper, or better? That changes everything, because people don't really want AI. They want more customers. They want content without spending their entire weekend creating it. They want to stop losing leads. They want to understand information they don't have time to analyze. They want work that currently takes 5 hours to take 30 minutes. AI is simply the leverage that allows you to deliver those outcomes. And in this video, I'm going to show you 10 specific problems you could potentially get paid to solve using AI, including several you could turn into a service without being a programmer, an AI expert, or particularly technical. By the end of this video, I want you to be able to look at AI completely differently. Instead of staring at ChatGPT thinking, how do I make money with this? You'll know how to look at a personal business and ask, what's costing them time, money, customers, or opportunities? And could AI help me fix it? I'm going to give you 10 places to start, but more importantly, I'll show you the thinking behind them, because once you understand that, you can potentially discover dozens of opportunities of your own. And stay with me, because later I'll show you what I think is the biggest mistake people make when choosing an AI service to offer. It's counterintuitive. In fact, the more impressive your AI solution sounds, the harder it can sometimes be to sell. Once you understand why, choosing what to offer becomes much easier. But first, let's find some problems worth solving. Problem number 1. Businesses don't know what content to create. This sounds almost too obvious. Businesses need content for websites, emails, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and probably another platform somebody invented yesterday. AI can generate content, so you offer AI content creation, except that's not really the opportunity, because your potential customer can open ChatGPT and type, write me 10 Facebook posts. They don't necessarily need somebody to operate AI for them. What many businesses actually struggle with is deciding what they should say. What questions are their customers asking? What objections prevent people buying? What subjects demonstrate their expertise? What search terms reveal commercial intent? What should they publish this week rather than the 1,000 other things they could talk about? That's a much more valuable problem. So rather than selling AI-generated content, you might sell a monthly content opportunity report. You research their market, competitors, customer questions, reviews, and search behavior, then use AI to organize that information into specific content opportunities. Now you're not selling words, you're selling direction. And that's our first important distinction. Whenever AI makes the obvious task incredibly easy, move one level higher and solve the decision surrounding the task. Problem number 2. Businesses have leads they're failing to follow up. Imagine a small business with hundreds or perhaps thousands of old inquiries, people who've requested quotes, downloaded something, joined an email list, asked questions, nearly bought, and then disappeared into a database. The obvious solution is send them some emails, but somebody has to decide which people should receive which message. AI can help analyze and segment those leads, identify different types of prospect, suggest appropriate follow-up angles, and help create personalized reactivation campaigns. You could potentially turn that into a simple service. Give me your old leads, and I'll help you create a reactivation campaign designed to bring forgotten prospects back into the conversation. Notice how much stronger that sounds than I write emails with AI. One describes your tool, the other describes their problem. That's going to become a recurring theme. Problem number 3. Companies don't know why customers aren't buying. This one's fascinating because businesses are often sitting on the answer. It's buried in support tickets, customer emails, reviews, refund requests, sales call notes, survey responses, comments, live chat, transcripts. There could be hundreds or thousands of pieces of customer language telling the company exactly what people like, dislike, misunderstand, fear, and want. But nobody has the time to read all of it. That's an excellent AI problem. You could take a body of customer feedback and use AI-assisted analysis to identify recurring objections, frustrations, desired outcomes, confusing language, buying triggers, and product weaknesses. Then turn it into something useful. For example, the 7 reasons prospects hesitate before buying your product, or the 5 customer frustrations appearing repeatedly in your support conversations. That's valuable because you're not merely summarizing information, you're extracting decisions from information, and businesses pay for decisions. Problem number 4. Local businesses aren't getting enough useful reviews. Reviews can influence whether somebody contacts a local business, but many perfectly good businesses are terrible at systematically asking customers for them. There's a simple service hiding here. Help the business create a review generation system. AI can help personalize follow-up messages, create different request templates, organize responses, and identify common themes appearing in reviews. And here's where you can add another layer. Those reviews contain customer language. So once you've collected them, you can analyze them and show the business what customers repeatedly praise. Maybe a restaurant thinks people come because of the food, but reviews repeatedly mention how welcoming the staff are. Maybe a tradesperson thinks customers choose them because they're cheap, while reviews constantly mention reliability. That's marketing intelligence. The review is no longer just social proof. It becomes market research. Problem number 5. People have expertise trapped inside their heads. This could be coaches, consultants, accountants, trainers, tradespeople, therapists, authors, executives, anybody who knows things other people would find useful. The problem is that turning expertise into something sellable takes time. Imagine interviewing somebody for an hour. You transcribe the conversation. AI helps identify their frameworks, recurring ideas, examples, processes, and useful distinctions. Then you organize that material into an ebook, course, outline, lead magnet, FAQ library, newsletter series, or internal training document. You're effectively helping somebody turn knowledge into assets. That's potentially far more valuable than saying, I'll write an ebook using AI, because you're preserving and packaging something they already possess, but haven't been able to monetize or communicate effectively. And if you're wondering how to find opportunities like these, rather than relying on somebody else's list, I've created something for you. There's a free AI problem to profit opportunity finder linked in the description. You can give it a market, profession, niche, or type of customer and use it to uncover expensive, frustrating, or time-consuming problems AI could potentially help you solve. Then turn the strongest ones into possible service offers. It includes a powerful AI prompt that will help you find profitable opportunities in virtually any market. So, if one of these 10 ideas gets you thinking, grab that after the video and use it to go much deeper into the market you're interested in. Now let's continue, because the next few opportunities become particularly interesting when you stop thinking of AI as a content machine. Problem number 6. Businesses waste hours producing quotes and proposals. Think about businesses that repeatedly create customized documents. Agencies, consultants, tradespeople, freelancers, recruiters, B2B service providers. Every inquiry arrives slightly differently, but much of the resulting proposal follows a repeatable structure. That's exactly the sort of situation where AI can help. You could help a business create a system where information from an inquiry or discovery call gets transformed into a structured first draft of a quote, proposal, scope of work, or follow-up document. The human still reviews it. The business still decides the price. AI isn't making commitments on their behalf. It's removing repetitive assembly work. And that's an important category of opportunity. Find work humans still need to approve, but shouldn't need to create from scratch every single time. That can be an extremely useful filter when you're looking for AI service ideas. Problem number 7. Companies don't know what their competitors are doing. Most businesses occasionally look at competitors. They visit a website, scroll through social media, maybe join an email list, then 6 months pass. What they usually don't have is a systematic way of turning competitor activity into useful intelligence. AI can help organize publicly available information and identify patterns. What subjects are competitors repeatedly talking about? What products are they promoting? How are they positioning themselves? What complaints appear in their customer reviews? What questions aren't they answering? What gaps might exist in their content? That could become a monthly competitor intelligence service. Again, don't sell, "I'll use AI to analyze your competitors." Sell the useful result. Every month, I'll show you what your competitors are talking about, what their customers are complaining about, and where there may be opportunities they're missing. Much easier to understand, much easier to value. Problem number 8. Businesses keep answering the same questions. You know the questions. How much does it cost? How long does delivery take? What's included? Can I cancel? Which options should I choose? Do you work with people like me? Will this integrate with what I'm already using? Somebody answers those questions repeatedly through email, support tickets, phone calls, and live chat. AI creates an opportunity to turn that repetitive knowledge into a useful customer support resource. That might mean organizing existing support conversations into an intelligent FAQ, creating a searchable knowledge base, producing standard response drafts for staff, or, where appropriate, helping build an AI assistant grounded in the company's own information. But here's the important part. Don't begin by selling the chatbot. Begin with, which questions are costing your team the most time? That's the problem. The technology comes afterwards. Problem number 9. Businesses create valuable material once and then waste it. Somebody records a webinar. It gets watched once. Somebody gives a presentation. It disappears into a folder. A podcast episode gets published. Then everyone moves on. A 90-minute interview could contain enough material for articles, emails, social posts, FAQs, short videos, lead magnets, and future presentation ideas. AI makes extracting those assets dramatically easier. So, you could offer a content repurposing service, but I'd position it slightly differently. Instead of, we turn your videos into social media posts, try thinking in terms of, we turn every piece of content you create into a reusable library of marketing assets. The distinction matters. One sounds like commodity content production. The other sounds like extracting more value from work the customer has already paid for. Problem number 10. Businesses have data but don't know what it means. This may be one of the biggest categories of AI opportunity. Businesses have spreadsheets, analytics, survey results, sales reports, advertising results, website data, customer records, email statistics, and frequently the problem isn't getting more data. It's knowing what deserves attention. AI can help somebody interrogate information in ordinary language. What's changed? What's unusual? Which products are declining? Where are customers dropping out? Which customer group appears most valuable? What should we investigate next? There are obviously situations involving sensitive information where privacy, security, and appropriate tools matter enormously. But as a general commercial problem, turning confusing information into understandable insights can be extremely valuable. And notice what's happened as we've moved through this list. We've gone from AI creating things to AI finding things, to AI organizing things, to AI helping people make better decisions. That progression matters because it leads directly to the idea I promised you earlier. Here's the mistake I see people making when they think about selling AI services. they try to make the AI part sound impressive. AI automation, AI agents, AI-powered workflows, advanced generative systems. And sometimes those things genuinely are impressive, but your customer may not care. In fact, emphasizing the technology can create additional objections. Is this difficult? Will I understand it? Will it replace my staff? Will it break? Is my data safe? Am I going to have to learn something new? Compare that with, I'll help you reactivate the customers who've stopped buying. Or, I'll show you why prospects keep abandoning your sales process. Or, I'll turn your weekly video into a month's worth of marketing assets. The AI has almost disappeared, and that's often a good thing, because the most valuable AI opportunity may not be selling AI at all. It's selling a valuable outcome that AI makes easier for you to deliver. That's the shift. Don't ask, what impressive thing can I make AI do? Ask, what annoying, expensive, repetitive, or confusing problem does this customer already wish would disappear? Then see whether AI gives you leverage in solving it. And that's exactly what the free AI Problem to Profit Opportunity Finder below this video is designed to help you do. Instead of starting with AI tools, start with a market and uncover problems that might actually be worth solving. Here's one final filter that can save you a lot of wasted effort. When you find a potential AI service, ask yourself 4 questions. Is this problem frequent? If it happens once every 3 years, there's probably not much urgency. Is it painful? Does it cost the customer time, money, leads, sales, frustration, or opportunity? Is the result visible? Can the customer clearly understand what you've improved? And finally, can I explain the benefit without mentioning AI? That last question is surprisingly powerful. I created sophisticated AI-driven customer lifestyle automations requires explanation. I help businesses bring old customers back doesn't. I provide generative AI content repurposing solutions sounds technical. I turn one video into a month's worth of useful content is immediately understandable. If your offer becomes more attractive when you remove the words artificial intelligence, you may have found something worth exploring, because you're no longer trying to sell the shovel. You're selling what somebody can dig up with it. So don't try to start 10 AI businesses after watching this. Pick one market you already understand or can easily reach. Then identify 10 problems those people repeatedly experience. Look for things that waste time, lose money, delay decisions, create repetitive work, waste existing assets, or leave valuable information unused. Then ask, could AI help me solve this faster, cheaper, or more effectively than it could have been solved before? Choose the strongest problem. Speak to real people in that market if you can. Find out how they're solving it now, and only then decide what AI tools you actually need. Because the opportunity isn't AI. The opportunity is the problem someone wants solved. Find the problem first, then use AI to give yourself leverage.